민수기 21장. Numbers chapter 21. And the Canaanite king of Arad, who lived in the Negev, heard that Israel was coming along the road to Ephraim. He attacked the Israelites and captured some of them. Then Israel made this vow to the Lord: if you will deliver these people into the hands, we will totally destroy their cities. The Lord listened to the Israel's prayer and gave the Canaanites over to them. They completely destroyed them and their towns, so the place was named Homrah. They traveled from the mountain Hor along the route to the Red Sea to go around the Etam. But the people grew impatient on the way. They spoke against God and against Moses and said, "Why have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the desert? Then there is no bread, there is no waters, and we detested this miserable food." Then the Lord sent venomous snakes among them. They bit the people, and many Israelites died. The people came to Moses and said, "We sinned when we spoke against the Lord and against you. Pray that the Lord will take the snakes away from us." So Moses prayed for the people. The Lord said to Moses, "Make a snake's name and put it out of a pole. Anyone who is bitten can look at it and then live." So Moses made a bronze snake and put it up on a pole. When anyone was bitten by a snake and looked at the bronze snake, he lived. The Israelites moved on and camped at Oboth. Then they set out from the Oboth and camped in the Lies Avarim, in the desert that faces more up toward the sunrise. From there, they moved on the camps in the Jarad valleys. They set out from there and camped alongside the Arnon, which is in the desert extending into Amorite territory. The Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorite. That is why the book of the Wars of the Lord says, "War help in the Subhab and the ravines, the Ammon and the spoils of the ravines that lead to the side of ours and lie along the border of Moab." From there, they continue to be bare. Then the words where the Lord said to Moses, "Gather the peoples, gather, and I will give them water." Then Israel sang this song: "Spring of the wells, sing about it, about the wells that the princes dug, and the nobles of the people sank, and the nobles which is scattered and the steppe." Then they went from the desert to the Metana, from the Metana to the Nata hill, from the Nata hill to the Bamath, and the Bamath to the valleys of Moab, where at the top of the Pisgah and the overlooked the wasteland. Israel sent messengers to say to the Sihon, king of the Amorites, "Let us pass through your countries. We will not turn aside into our fields on vineyards or drink water from any wells. We will traverse along the king's highways until we have passed through your territory." But the Sihon would not let Israel pass through his territory. He mustered his entire army and marched out into the desert against Israel. When he reached Jahaz, he fought with Israel. Israel, however, put him to the sword and took over his land from the Ammon to the Jabbok, but only as far as the Ammonite, because their borders was fortified. Israel captures all the cities of Amorite and occupied them, including Zahabon and all its surrounding settlements. Habon was the city of Shihon's, king of the Amorites, who had fought against the Amorite king of Moab, and had taken from him all his lands as far as the Amorah. That is why the poets say, "Come to the Heshbon, and let it be built, let the Shihon's city be restored." Fire ran from the Heshbon, a blaze from the city of Shihon, consumes the arts of Moab, the citizen of Ammon, heights or to the views of Moab, and destroyed the people of Kashmir. He has given up his sons of fugitives and his daughters of captures to Shihon's king of the Amorite, but we have overthrown them. The Heshbon is destroyed all the way to Dihon. We have demolished them as far as Nahal, which extends to Medeba. So Israel settles in the land of Amorite. After Moses had sent spies to Zazar, the Israelite captures its surroundings settlement and thou out the Amorite who were there. Then they turned as went up along the road towards Bashan, and the Og king of Bashan and his people, his whole armies marched out to meet them in battles at Ardrea. The Lord said to the Moguls, "Do not be afraid of him, for I have handed him over you with his whole army and his land. Do it to him and what you did to Shihon's king of Amorite, who reigned in Heshbon." So they struck him down together with his sons and his whole army, leaving them no survivors, and they took possession of his land.